Hey guys, it's Danny. Alrighty, for today's quick vid, we're gonna make a little update on my basketed Vandas. Get it? Potted? Basketed? Anyway, I'm trying out some baskets for my Vanda orchids. Now, I made a video explaining what these are and what materials I used, so if you missed that, you don't know what I'm talking about, check it down below in the description. I'll link you to it. But today, let's make an update. If you remember, I had a little concern regarding the spray paint that I used on my baskets. I wanted to make my baskets more waterproof, and also I wanted them to be glossy, just in case I ever want to remove the Vandas from the baskets and put them in bigger baskets and so on. They used to have a matte paint on them, which was nice, but roots of orchids tend to really stick to matte stuff. Anything that has a little texture, they stick to it. If it's a little bit more glossy, it's a little better. Anyway, the problem was if the paint would be toxic to orchid roots, if it would burn them or attack the growing tips. I already knew it didn't really attack the roots themselves, the velamen, but I didn't know about the root tips. So here's an update on the situation and overall on the orchids. And as you can see, my Vandas are looking pretty great. Oh, I'm sorry about that. That is actually a frame rate issue. Let me fix that. Okay, just shut down the light. But PS, if you ever have flickering light on your camera, it's a frame rate issue. Either mess about with the settings of your camera with the f-stops, either if you have an automated camera like a phone camera. I'm afraid there isn't much you can do about it. And yeah, it happens with some light sources. Anyway, getting back to our orchids. As you can see, my Vandas are doing really well. And as it turns out, my basket idea works really great because I never actually remove all of the water on the bottom of my basket. Yet again, if you don't know what type of basket this is, just check out the other video that I made. It has a bottom, so water doesn't drain right through. It remains a little bit inside, and that's good because it disperses into this medium, which is a coconut coir. It's not necessarily a medium in which orchids are grown, but it can be used for baskets. So it just disperses with the medium around the roots and so on, and that makes me water my Vandas a lot less than if they were into a very well draining basket. So that is actually working pretty great. My Vandas are hydrated in comparison to microfiber. There isn't much of a difference. That is why I didn't basket many of my Vandas. I just wanted to see how it does first, because with microfiber everything goes okay. It's just not very aesthetically pleasing, right? Let's face it. It does good with Vandas, but you know, when you look at it, oh my. So this looks better and it does the same thing that microfiber does. Therefore, I'm happy. But the problem is, will the roots be affected by the paint? Well, let's get you in closer so you can take a look. So this is the Vanda we worked with in that video. And what do you know? We have a root tip right there growing unbothered by the paint, growing on the paint actually. And you can see it looks perfectly fine. It's not burned, it's not scratched, it's not anything. Whatever you see here is just mechanical damage. These being roots which are outside, they do brush against other roots and so on. But the roots that are inside and that are sheltered from mechanical damage, you can see there is no chemical damage there. So that's what we were looking for. And looking at the big Vanda, you can see here a root tip growing or coming from the basket. Again, there is no harm done to it. There is no chemical damage or burn or anything of the sorts. What will happen now is that it might get a little damaged mechanically because it's just going out of the basket, as you can see. And for the life of me, I don't think I can focus properly. But anyway, it is the chemical damage we were looking for, and there is no such thing. Overall, I think my basket idea is a success. It does look a lot better than my transparent pots with microfiber. It's really not prone to producing algae. As you might know, algae really love three, but let's just focus on two. They love light and moisture. If one of them is lacking, algae will not have a good time. So being that I cannot cut the light for Vanda orchids, I can certainly cut the excessive moisture. And this coconut coir is really not good at retaining water. Yes, it can get wet. It distributes a little bit that water that I told you is left in the basket, but it doesn't really absorb it or retain it like microfiber or sphagnum moss. Therefore, it doesn't promote algae. so the visual appeal doesn't really fade away all that fast. Now, of course, this is organic and it will decompose eventually. However, as I was telling you in the previous episode, or rather video, it does degrade really slow. I have some in the garden with a plant for years now, and other than the fact that it's discolored by the sun, it's intact. It really looks very good and not mushy. And honestly, that's what I'm looking for. So it is spring, 'tis the time to do repottings and rebasketings, right? And I will go ahead and put all of my Vandas into these baskets. I think I tested them enough. I'm good with them. They retain water, kind of. Not excessively, but I can get away in the middle of summer with watering my Vandas every 2 days or so. Since I cannot put them in the tub to soak them really well, every 2 to 3 days it shall have to be good for me. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you've enjoyed it and it inspired you. If you like the looks of these baskets, check the video down below. And you know the drill, if you've enjoyed this video, please rate it down below what you like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. Subscribe to my channel for regular orchid videos and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!